It's obvious that companies need to make as much money as possible to stay alive, but over the past decade, we have seen a lot go wrong when it comes to a lot of our favorite franchises like Star Wars and Marvel. Basically, everything Disney touches turns to trash. But now the world might be healing because we're finding out that Marvel's swimsuit special is returning after 30 years, and they're even going to be adding these skins to Marvel Rivals. I have a few different things to show off, but before I get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, join the community in my live streams, and consider supporting through Patreon or YouTube memberships. Now, I think that it is a glorious day when we see things featuring beautiful women being praised and actually not being completely trashed. Of course, today there are a lot of people who are mad at this decision, but even more people who are happy with it. So, if you haven't already heard, Marvel Comics has announced the new swimsuit special for the first time in 30 years. This is a Bounding into Comics article. It says in a revival that admittedly seemed completely out of the question given the current social attitudes towards anything that could be even remotely considered sexy, Marvel Comics has shockingly announced that for the first time in 3 decades, and ostensibly in order to bank off the massive success of the Marvel Rivals hero shooter, this summer we'll see the release of a brand new Marvel swimsuit special, which I think is fantastic. Just a couple of years ago, we were seeing Marvel go in the direction of snowflakes and safe spaces and Fat Dora with a backpack. And then you had a character who had like internet juice venom. Very bizarre moves. This is more in line with what customers really want. Over the past couple of years, Marvel and a lot of comic companies and just companies in general have really chased this new modern audience. They've made all of this content for them, but those people don't show up because they really don't exist. And now they're realizing they need that original nostalgic audience back, and they're trying to find ways to do that. And this is just one of the many that I'm sure they're going to try now. It says a staple of early 90s comic book culture, the Marvel swimsuit specials were intended as a parody of the annual Sports Illustrated swimsuit issues, so much so that the first such special was actually titled Marvel Illustrated, the Swimsuit Edition. I think that seeing things like this are hilarious, and it also goes to show that beauty is what people want. I am sick and tired of seeing characters who are fat land whales. Okay, we are talking about superheroes who have superhero abilities and super strengths, and they should have very athletic body types and, of course, be very charming when it comes to their personalities. And, well, we're seeing potentially a return to that. I wouldn't say trust Marvel at all whatsoever, but I think that Marvel Rivals has been so successful for them that they're finally waking up to the fact that this is just content that people want. So, here are just a couple of the images. They are absolutely beautiful, absolutely fantastic, just stunning illustrations, at least in my opinion, when it comes to the lighting rippling off their bodies, and also their poses look phenomenal. So many details in the characters, like the hair and the face. Like, this is very charming. It's very pretty. You've got She-Hulk and you've got Iron Man, and this is the Marvel that people want to see. This is the type of character design that people have been looking for. And as I look more, I'm even more impressed. Like, look at this image right here. These are the babes of Marvel that we have been asking for. You have Captain Marvel, you've got Rogue, She-Hulk, Mary Jane, Black Widow. Like, these are phenomenal. You've got these absolutely gorgeous ladies. I love how the surfboards in the background also match like their logos. If we had that Captain Marvel in the MCU, would be making billions and billions of dollars. If that's the She-Hulk we got, people would love it. We just want strong, sexy women. You can be strong and sexy at the same time, which is something modern day like Hollywood and writers definitely don't understand. But I love how their bathing suits actually match the full suits that they would be wearing. Like, Black Widow is in just the very tight leather, and the color schemes are the same. Like, it just looks really phenomenal. And this is what comic book fans want. We want this level of detail. We want this level of attention. And it goes to show that the people who actually did this understood the characters. They didn't just throw something on a page so they could make a few bucks. That is not what they did, and I have to give them a lot of credit for this. We have also found out that these designs will be in Marvel Rivals at some point. Now, we haven't seen the in-game costumes, so, take it, of course, with a grain of salt. They could always be slightly toned down when they make it to the game, but judging by the direction of the costumes that are already in the game, I don't think that that's going to happen. And I think that this is phenomenal. And there are so many people who are praising this decision. Unspeakable things will be done. Glad that testosterone is coming back. They're about to make a boatload of money with the comics and the Marvel Rivals skins. Dang, what year is it? The Marvel Rivals player base right now, daddy's home. And of course, there are some people who are actually upset with this, some people who are not happy with this. And I don't really think that's going to shock anybody. I think that we kind of always expect there to be backlash when it comes to Marvel Rivals, but there are some people melting down saying sexist pigs. If you actually scroll down, there are some responses that are like, this game is for gooners. Why do you need this? Pointless and unhelpful. Sad to see them make this move, even though they are in the minority at this point. It is an optional skin that's going to be added to the game. You do not have to buy these comic covers if you don't want to support it. You don't have to look at it. Scrolling throughout this, there are people that are saying, this is just not the direction I think they should take it in. Not very good, but overall, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of happiness surrounding this, a lot of people who are praising it. Now, when the designs actually hit Marvel Rivals, I am sure the meltdowns are going to be glorious. They are going to be epic because there have been a lot of complaints surrounding this game and the, as they call it, objectification of the characters. Just a couple of days ago, we actually had gotten the big butt update, and basically every character's butt was enhanced, and the mainstream media was praising it because the males' butts were made bigger, but previously they were attacking this game because they said that the females showed too much skin, and they were objectifying them, and it was a bit sexist with their designs. Absolutely absurd takes, but it just goes to show that these people are hypocrites and we shouldn't take them seriously. Who you should be taking seriously are the people that are like you, the people who have opinions that are similar, that might be interested in this, instead of listening to the absolute losers within the mainstream media who just have absolutely no clue what audiences actually want at this point in time. So I think that this is going to be a really big win for Marvel. Do I necessarily think that this is going to like save Marvel and they're going to completely change the direction of their company? No, I would not go as far as to say that. But if these swimsuit kind of comics and skins and this just general event, I guess we'll call it, if it makes them a lot of money, we could see more like this in the future. We could see more revivals for lines like the swimsuit special. We could see more sexy skins being added to Marvel Rivals, and we could just see overall them maybe shift the direction a little bit or provide more alternative content from the safe spaces and the snowflakes, which clearly have not been making them money over the years. So I think that this is a big win. Obviously, don't fully trust Marvel. This is in part because of the developers and not just because of Marvel making a good decision. I think that these devs were probably like, hey, this would really fit in with our game. And Marvel saw how much money they were making. We're like, okay, just go for it. We'll even assist you with this line, but it seems that a lot of people are really happy over this. Of course, there are a few individuals screeching about it, and once it finally releases, I'm sure that the meltdowns are going to be glorious, but my god, the world might be healing. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, give it a like, and if you didn't, give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I'll talk to you all again in the next video really soon.